There are several ways that you can enter time against jobs in Eralis Anywhere, and we'll look at each one of these. First, let's look at entering time directly from the calendar. The first thing you'll do is choose the sub-job that your time will be coded against. Note that this field is also a search field, so that you can enter any part of the sub-job ID, title, or customer name to find the result you want. You can accept your default work type or choose another as appropriate for the current task. This button indicates whether the time is billable. The date will default to today's date. You can change this by selecting a date using the calendar or by manually entering a date. You can enter the start and end time, which will automatically calculate the duration for you. Or you can enter the duration in hours. Changing the duration field will adjust the end time. The time type will default from your user profile. You would only change this if you are entering time outside your standard hours. If you have any custom user fields set up to capture additional information, they will be shown here. You can enter additional notes as a reference to your project managers. These could also be printed on the customer invoice. You also have the option to upload files to the timesheet. For example, if you want to include a photo of your completed work order. Now that you have all the details entered, you can save the entry. Alternatively, you can enter time right from the appointment in your calendar. In this case, the appointment has already been created by the Eralis job scheduling tool. You can manually create appointments as well by clicking into the grid. If you click on the calendar appointment, the appointment window will open. You can see at the bottom of the form that you will have the option to enter time from here. This takes you to the same screen that we just used earlier, so you can follow the same process from here. You will see that the sub-job ID is already populated, and this comes from the appointment. I would also like to point out another feature on this form, which is the Copy To button at the bottom of the window. This has a drop-down containing any team members who are linked to you, so you can quickly enter the same time for multiple people. Now we'll look at entering time using the grid interface. To select the sub-job that your time will be coded against, use the Add Row button. As we saw previously, you can search in this field to find the sub-job you want. You can accept your default work type or choose another as appropriate for the current task. From this grid, you can quickly enter your working hours and use the Save Timesheet button to submit your time. Your user settings will control whether an additional submission step is required here. If you hover over any field in the grid, you'll see a pencil icon appear. Clicking this will open the timesheet form we looked at earlier. From here you can go about entering notes or start and end dates. Depending on the authorization level of your account, you may also be able to enter time for other team members. You can do that by simply clicking on the person icon here and choosing the name of the individual. One thing to note is that users must have an employee record in SAP Business One that's linked to a user ID to enter time.